How we feeling?
Good. I mean, I missed a couple days last week. Friday was brutal. It felt like summer weather.
Toss up.
Like there was like no weather all day. It was like such a perfect day, and then it just like kept popping up like across the state. Like I was an hour into my drive to Athens for North Oconee, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we just got 2 inches." So then I turned around and went somewhere else, and then I sat there for 4 hours, not just stopped to play baseball. So that sucked. But other than that, it's been good, man. It's been fun. We're still grinding.
Yeah.
It's full swing.
Avery, welcome back. We hope to have you on the full
Yeah, I
show.
already feel a bit delayed, so, so
We'll
we'll see if we can get through it.
we'll pause in between and let you finish your sentences, and then we'll start. But we're uh, we're hanging in there. Ian just got confirmation. You will have a seat at Citizens Christian this week,
Oh, let's
so
go.
that is being taken care of
That
by
fires
Sally.
me
So,
up.
so shout out Sally at Citizens Christian. Um, Ian will be down this week for
Yeah.
some good stuff there. Pinewood, right?
Yeah. Pinewood on 12th. Yes. It's a
Nice. Yeah, that'll be
Thursday. I'll be
fun.
down there.
That's
I'm
that's
fired up for that.
deja vu when I went down there and saw uh, Luke Oates hit a bomb off Blake in the first inning, and then second inning rolls around, and then the bottom falls out of it, and I drive home 5 hours. So hopefully, got better luck this time. Should get to see Blake and Thomas, and got some other guys in the lineup that sounds like putting a pretty good season together to start the year. So, um, yeah, that'll be a good one for you.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've been excited. Like we were talking about today, and it's Sunday. It's 4 days away. I mean, I got three more games on the schedule before that. I mean, this is a good week. There's a lot of fun matchups. There's a lot of fun arms throwing this week. Pretty. I mean, we'll talk about it later in the show. But yeah, that's week 5. Yeah, week
Yeah, week
five
five. It's
should be a good
kind of
week. We're
getting
full.
moving week.
Yeah,
Moving
we're
week.
fully in region now. We got we'll talk about that when we talk about classification rankings as well. But yeah, it's been exciting to see, man. We got some exciting games already across the state. I know you've seen some, Avery. I know you've been to some as well.
Yeah, the L 6A is already getting shaken up a bit, and guys got to start making some moves in that one for sure. But yeah, guys, just joining us, we'll kind of recap week 4 real quick here shortly, and then we'll we'll jump into classification rankings a little bit. We'll release those tomorrow, Power 25 on Tuesday, and then we'll announce our peach performers, and then yeah, that'll be it for the week. Just a reminder, summer schedule is live. Just want to throw that out there real quick. We'll be at Lake Point kicking things off in in May. May 27th, we'll be at Lake Point for the Lake Point Summer ID, and then we'll be down at Athens June 16th. At Georgia again, we'll be in Augusta on June 23rd, and then back in Dublin on June 30th, and then Savannah July 7th. So that's kind of our summer ID schedule. Top prospect games, underclass is filling up rather quickly. Teams are already going to have to start looking at teams, start separating some guys for that one. So that one's June 2nd. Make sure you get in there, request an invite for that one. We're kind of sending invites constantly throughout the spring as we see guys at games and whatnot. And then top prospect games, upper class will be on June 9th. And then brand new event for us, our Georgia Rising Stars games, which is kind of our kind of last big event for those Rising Stars guys to get in the mix for junior future games. We've always done preseason all state, which has always done well, but adding that will have gameplay with it for those 2030s, 31s, trying to get a spot on junior future games. That will be one of the last events to do it. You'll have the IDs across the state, but that'll be the last one with gameplays for a chance to do that. Outside of that, guys, we'll jump into week 4. Ian, you want to kick us off? Just anything you saw, anything that stood out, games, fun
Yeah,
games, close
about
games.
got around this week. Went out to North Gwinnett for the second time this year to see a red hot Kings Ridge team that just continues to beat good baseball teams. They've got multiple 6A wins already on the year. When I saw them, they clinched 10-0. I don't know if they've still that or still undefeated, but I got to look at the schedule here. But yeah, man, they look
They
good. The
had somebody
lineup's
else
deep.
good this week too. I just saw.
Yeah, I mean, they just keep winning, man. They hit 1 through 9. They can really get bat the ball or some power there. Obviously, having Chip in the middle of that lineup. The addition of Jack Brantner has been huge on the mound and at the plate for them as well. Hudson Phillips looked really good. KJ Mayfield was massive on the mound for them. Sophomore, they're really high on. Kind of came out there, showed pitchability with 3 pitches. Kind of attacked them with low in the zone with this fastball slider mix. And I mean, it's a pretty experienced lineup there at North Gwinnett. So coming out there and attack that team and trying to throw strikes the whole time. I think he gave up some hits early, but he got out of it. Gave up some soft contact, rounded some ground balls there, talking a little above myself, and blasted 5 or 6 innings and really held that team at bay. So big win for them there. Hopped that out to Darlington later this week. First time going out there. 3:30 down the lines out in Darlington, which is surprising to see. Haven't seen that since going out to Legion last year. So yeah, pretty big park there with the wind blowing in, but. That team can swing it as well. Jackson Lloyd at the top just missed a pull side bomb from him. Really got into one and hooked it foul maybe by 5 feet. Thomas Hargett looked really good. A couple hits for him at the top of the lineup. A guy that I didn't have any video on because he either got walked or had a pop up or nothing. But Knox Merritt at the top, man. I went out there like hearing about the 28 at the top of the lineup for Darlington, so I wanted to just go check it out. And they had this little spark plug, twitchy infielder who could just bounce around short. Makes all the plays. It's kind of unorthodox in the dirt, but he makes a strong arm, and then he gets on base and absolutely flies. He scored from first twice on doubles. On singles. Excuse me. Yeah, scored from first on a single and scored from first on a double. He just steals bases whenever he wants. He runs with his hair on fire. Just reminds me of a ton of the guys that I've kind of fallen in love with here in the state. So really excited to see him. Got to shoot that some invites there for some stuff in the summer there later on. But yeah, really good look there. Getting out there. Missed a day on Wednesday for good reason, and then Thursday, where did I go? Oh yeah. Down to Phoenix City, Alabama, man. That was pretty cool. First time getting down there. The staff down there at Central Phoenix was really cool to get to meet and get to know. They were awesome, really welcoming. Pretty cool experience. Seeing Brookstone for the first time, Brendan Neal and a few of those guys. Nick Hatchell had a really good showing. Gray Jones at the top of that lineup. But we'll talk more about Brendan as my Peach performer later in the episode. But yeah, it's been a pretty good week. Yesterday was really cool. Before I let you guys finish there, getting out to Georgia Tech for kind of a legacy day for that team. It was crazy. It was like a back and forth game. It was 5-5 going into the 7th, and I was like, man, they could just get hot at any time. And then Virginia Tech literally put in like a guy throwing like sub 3/4 at 91, 94. And they just were all over it and hit 5 bombs in an inning. And I was like, this is just like, it's not the Army tee off on like at any time. Like, doesn't matter who it is. So yeah, that was pretty impressive to see that that offense has been as good as anyone in the nation so far this year. I saw it a ton in the fall. I kind of knew what they can do, but seeing it in gameplay and shout out to James Ramsey for his first ACC series win in that one as well, taking 2 out of 3 from Virginia Tech.
Yeah, that's awesome stuff. And just looking back, we had submission for Thomas Hargett having a pretty good year, batting .455 on the year with 5 doubles, 2 bombs, and 15 RBIs. So
he's
good stuff there. And guys, we have, that's what we were just talking about, not a ton of Player of the Week submissions like we've had in years past. So make sure you're letting your coaches know. We'll tweet that link out as well, so they'll have it. But we want to start back on the Player of the Week, Pitcher of the Week, and then highlighting everyone in Diamond Notes as well. So we'll try to get that link kind of spread it about, but not a ton of submissions for us to kind of post that yet is the only reason we haven't. That's kind of why we added the Peach Performers piece. Yeah, fun week there for you. That was cool to see at Georgia Tech. Got some good video there. Always good to throw them up on the Instagram. Always does well. So
yeah, shout out to Caleb Daniel with 2 big bombs. That's my guy. Been high on that since I moved here. We talked about it in a tweet, and just continues to perform in the 8-hole, hitting 350 with 5 bombs and 5
Yeah, that
doubles.
plays.
So yeah, that's some depth there they got in that lineup, and they should make some noise in the ACC this year. So cool to see.
Definitely. Avery, week 4. I know you're pretty much batting 100 or 1,000 on the year, going to games. Anything fun, interesting you had week 4? We'll let you talk. We won't interrupt. Just give us a quick week 4 rundown.
Yeah, so I opened up with South Paulding at Hillgrove, and it was kind of a legacy game for Alan Aguilar at Hillgrove. Went 4 for 4 with a bomb, a double, and 2 singles.
Triple away from
Really
the
set the
cycle.
tone there for them. Yeah, and then Shane Jelovaneski shoved on the mound. He went, I think it was 5 2/3, no runs. And then Dylan Honore really looked the part.
Henri.
Both
Henri.
the both
We
Honore.
can't butcher that one. Henri.
Right? Yeah, we're not getting, we're
Uh,
not missing that one up anymore. Well, on that one.
just the instincts in the dirt really stood out to me. Made multiple tough plays with ease. And then Tuesday, I went to Sprayberry Woodstock to check in on some underclass kids, and Caleb Vigna really looked the part for Woodstock. Had 4 RBIs, double and a bomb. And then another kid for Woodstock that I really liked was Leo Guio.
Yeah, that
I
was
want
the
to
kid
butcher
we
that,
saw at
but
media day, right?
Hmm.
yes, the one that I think he showed really well in the cages at
Yeah.
practice
Hmm.
too. And then Wednesday, I went to Woodward at Decatur. Kind of a top 5 place, like vibes wise, to watch a game. It
I
was
think we
in
need.
a it
I
was in
think
a
we need to start
park and
running
like
that down. Like Parks, like giving top five. Like because I was at North Hall the other day. You've been like Pickens. We need to start giving some facility shout outs for
Yeah, I'm
whether
in
it's
on that.
hospitality, whether it's filming capabilities, whether it's vibes all around. I think we need to start coming up
yeah.
with a little list, throwing it on the site, and making a running tally of all these places that we're going.
But yeah, it was in a park and you had all these families out just like walking the dog and like
Nice.
hanging out. It was just a good time. But yeah, Spencer Norman for Woodward went
Long,
deep and had
long
a
timer.
single. Yeah, just really strong kid. And then Thursday I went to Mary Person. Got there like 3.5 hours early and the hospitality was one of the best all spring. And Trey Robbins for Whitewater went 6 and struck out 12 with 1 hit. Um, and then Friday,
Sat
I had to
around with a
pivot due to
delay.
weather.
Yep.
Just ran up to Pickens. Saw Everett Grubbs throw a really good game, 9 strikeouts, 2 hits, no runs, and a run rule win. And then yesterday, I went to Prince Ave at Kell. Uh, Drew Payne showed well both in the box and at the plate. It was up to 92. And Jaden Bibby looked good at first. Preston Bottoms had 2 knocks, and then Evan Brand delivered a clutch single in the sixth, bottom of the sixth to take the lead. So yeah, that kind of wraps up things for me there.
Yeah, yeah, good week for you. And I was just scrolling through some tweets. I was gonna give some shouts. We had some guys out at some other games this week, but just because I just scrolled by your tweet, Ian. But shout out Joseph Contreras getting
Oh man.
Aaron Judge to ground into a double
Pretty cool
play.
moment, dude. That was pretty neat to watch. Like after getting rained out, I was like flying home and Tuck posted in the group chat that he like I didn't even realize the game was on that night. So like I locked in to watch it, and then sure enough he gets in the third, and just seeing that was just pretty cool to see, man. Like getting to know Joseph and getting to know Jose over the last couple of years has been neat and and a cool moment for them and that family. That pretty some of the best people I've met in the state, honestly. So yeah, Aaron Judge with a broken back double play and a whiff too on a fastball up. So like that's pretty neat. Almost buckled Buxton with one of the nasty forks as well. People didn't really know what to call that. Just seeing it in action was nuts, and seeing him go viral on Twitter in
It's
seconds
everywhere.
was nuts. Like it was like everybody. I mean, I was talking to scouts about that this spring. Like he was going to get one inning, and then was going to throw one fork, and it was a wrap. And sure enough, that's what happened, and it happened to be against the dream team from USA. So yeah, shout out to Joseph and those guys. So yeah, that was pretty cool for them, man.
It's just crazy to see the scope of it. Like we all know him here, like he's been around for quite some time now, but just the global scale of like, oh my gosh, this 17-year-old is throwing right now. It's like, dude, we've watched this like 10, 15 times
But
across a span of 3 years, which is just, it's fun to be able to look back at, especially him, but just like Avery mentioning Spencer Norman. Like, we've been watching the kid since he was 13. Like,
yeah,
me going to see Branson Crawford this week, it's just like, it's coming full circle now for us to where it's like finally we can look back on these things and be like, wow, that was really cool. So yeah, shout out Joseph there. The other tweet was right here too, but shout out Harry Ford. He was my first year as an intern with Prep Baseball. He hit a bomb for Great Britain. He was a future gamer for us back when I was on a camera on field 9 running 12U Louisiana camera back when I was still an intern, and we had 11 and 12-year-olds at junior future games. So another cool one there. Just obviously didn't have a big piece in that, but obviously saw those guys. That was like Harry Ford, Dylan Lesko, Bear Jones, Big Buford arm that's at Tech now, or might have transferred. But yeah, anyways,
He got
just
drafted. Right
oh,
at
did get
Stanford.
drafted. Yeah, so cool, just cool to see that. But scrolling through some tweets here, we had a guy out at Wesleyan. They played. Who did they play? Fellowship, which was a really fun matchup. I was kind of bummed not to see that just because I really like both of those teams. But um, ended up, James Sharp comes up with a huge bomb for Fellowship to beat Wesleyan, which was a really big win for them. Looking at these classification rankings, that private group is already tightening up. A lot of good games there. Hudson Purcell knew he was in relief, so he wanted to get eyes on him. 85, 87. I think he struck out 4, I want to say. So shout out to Hudson getting in the lineup or getting on the mound for those guys. He's kind
I
of
think he's
become a
struck out. I think he struck out 4 in every chance he's got on varsity this year. So
yeah,
he's
and the
looked
other
good
one
in
was
every
Miss
outing. At,
Barnett, right?
at least 4. I know he's had a couple. He struck out 7. It's all been in relief as well. So yeah, good for him to get that experience and like ready to pitch in all those moments for him. Getting it's a pretty experienced lineup they have there in Wesleyan. So him getting a chance early and getting a chance to thrive has been cool to see for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And then we had a guy at Lee County, Coffee County doubleheader. I believe they split that one. Coffee did get the game 1 win, so they win the series. Ben Fussell had a walk-off sac fly for him. Gavin McElroy has been awesome on the mound. He went 7 2/3 into extras, 9 Ks, 3 earned, upper 80s, grabbing 90s. I know he was a guy that you were really high on early, Ian. He was one of those early arms that you saw. So
Yep.
good to see him having a really big year. He's definitely going to be
He's hitting a ton of bombs too, man. He's shown some opposite field power. I've seen.
nice.
I think he's hit 3 or 4 homers already this spring. So really kind of coming to his own. He threw huge in some huge moments last year and was super efficient. So the pitch abilities have kind of always been there last year. I mean, going into this year, so kind of see him growing into that own and finding that velo has been huge and just kind of growing in, almost going to be that one for them now and just being that major piece for them on the mound.
Big Jimmy Timothy looked good. He had quite a couple hits that doubleheader. Eli Wood took some really good swings as well. He was a guy that we got to see in the preseason, so good to see him swinging the bat, bro. I really like that swing from the left side. Just looking at this video here, but yeah, kind of bouncing all over the place. It's been fun to have a couple guys down in South Georgia catching those games there. But for me, week 4 started off with North Hall and GAC. Seems like I always get up to North Hall for one of their big region games early on. We will get a look at them again this week from Avery up at Pickens. But Branson Crawford kind of stand out there, set the tone, solo shot in the second, and then shoved on the mound as well. So that lineup is really fun. I think the Pickens matchup is, I don't know, they match up really well. I think they got AJ. North Hall has Branson. The lineups are pretty similar, I feel like. Avery, you can comment on this as well, but you've seen it a lot. Like, Pickens just hits, and I think North Hall's kind of the same way, but they have some young guys in there that can really, really hit with Job and Thomas Davis. Thomas Davis took 3 great swings for me when I was there, just right at guys. Custis Honeycutt has 5 bombs on the year. How big is Pickens, Avery? How big is that field?
Ooh,
Yeah, there's no numbers,
I think
right?
it's like 3, 10 down the line. They've said it before, but I think it's somewhere in
It's
that
not
range.
it's not like overly small by any means.
Yeah. So, yeah, that could come into play for North Hall. Like, Custis, Branson, Joe, Thomas Davis, like any of those guys could run into one at any time. So I'm definitely going to be having FOMO for that one. That one's going to be a fun game, Avery. So, yeah, we'll be locked in there for sure. But, yeah, North Hall got the big win there, run roll over GAC. And then Thursday, I jumped over to Mount Perrin. They'd kind of been circled on the list for a while now and just hadn't got the chance to go out and see them. Underclassmen all across their lineup. Really, from start to finish, you kind of have underclassmen pretty much the entire lineup besides Peyton Clewine. But Cash Colley was awesome out of the leadoff spot. I know, Avery, you saw him a ton over the summer and fall with Pro Stock, but I really like that at short. I think that's really got a chance. Rylan Long, big performance, 2 doubles, one off Taylor Kassan. Somehow got to a ball up and in. That was probably 991. Went off the dead center wall. So he looked really good. Was excited to see him. RJ Westbrook took some really good swings in the 8 spot for those guys. Just kind of just missing balls. But swing looked good, looks more physical. Evan Lishk, probably butchered that, Evan. I meant to ask before I left that day. I was like, how do you pronounce the last name here? But looked awesome, up to 86, lefty. Fills it up, breaking ball anytime he wanted to. I think he went first pitch breaker to kick off the game and got a lot of swing and miss on it. Kind of controlled the tempo. Shout out Niles, Rhetoric. I was getting some good camera video of the pitcher when you hit your bomb. I know, I sent it to Avery. I was like, just missed your boy Miles, just missed solo shot. But that was really the only hiccup from Evan. Outside of that, he was pretty much lights out. But Landmark's going to be back. I'm sure they'll bounce back after that one with Taylor and Niles leading that group. We'll get a chance. We'll jump back out, see Jackson Lee at some point as well. I just saw who they got. They got Landmark they got Kings Ridge coming up too, I think, this week. But we'll be back over to see them, probably Mount Vernon or Wesleyan Fellowship, Mount Perrin again. That whole schedule is really fun to finish out the year for them. So we'll get to see them again. But yeah, outside of that, that was really it for me. Oh no, I jumped over to Creekview on Saturday after you sat there, Avery, for the delay. I jumped over there for game 2. Kind of got bad memories with Pope. Me playing at Creekview, they always had our number for whatever reason. But the old Grizzlies did get the win in game 2 on a walk-off. Lincoln Ward had a double and a home run. Alex Penrod looked great behind the dish, 2 doubles as well. Kingston looked really good, 3 for 3 day for him. Who else? Jack Burke looked good on the mound, a kid we've seen a lot of that's really progressing pretty quickly. Got to see him at All-State. Peyton James was a good out starting for Creekview as well. Really good pitching matchup, honestly. Some timely hits on both sides. Hall Mitchell looked good. Our guy Lennon Baker that we saw at Mercer in the preseason, or was that fall? Preseason. He looked good. He filled it up. Kind of ran into some trouble late, but he was spinning it well. So, yeah, Creekview grabbed one from Pope. I think I saw their tweet. They've snapped a 26-game region win streak for Pope.
I think they were on a 10 straight game win streak this year too. They lost their opener to BT and then went on a run.
So yeah, I like that lineup. Both Bowers were in there. Henry and Reed. Reed had a barrel. So yeah, we got to see Knox at preseason All-State. I think we might have mentioned that last week, but the Pope pipeline continues to run deep. Yeah, anything else week 4? Anything I missed? We didn't have too many guys going out to games, but I think we got all of that covered. Want to jump into some classification rankings a little bit? Break these down?
Yeah, I think so.
I think, guys, too, we want to come out with some more team-based articles. We're kind of looking at a mid-year type review, breaking down each classification. I think that would be cool. I think you guys like the team stuff, and just going through these teams. We've seen every 6A team. We have seen 8 of the 10 5A teams. So the list goes on there. So we've seen these teams. So I think we're gonna start running that out probably here shortly. I think that would be fun to do. Just looking back at pretty much we've seen all these guys. So um, yeah, keep your eyes out for that here in the next couple weeks. But Ian, any takes on 6A early in the year? We got a bit of a shakeup. North Paulding sweeps Walton. Bit of a surprise, but with the way North Paulding's playing, kind of not. Um,
Yeah, I mean,
anything you got there on 6A?
I think they look like one of the best teams in the state. I mean, so far
Yeah, yeah, no
they
doubt.
put themselves through a gauntlet in their early non-region matchup. Had a big comeback win over Harrison. Obviously, taking 2 out of 3 from Etowah is big. Obviously, taking one at their place with Sharman starting is obviously going to be huge for them to get a win there, and then to go out there and then sweep the defending 6A state champions in Walton is pretty definitive there to make a statement early in the year. Obviously, you start region with those two teams is about as hard as it gets, and to come out with 5 wins is pretty impressive. However, you look at that. Buford again just needs to get healthy to continue to look like the best team in that region. And we lost Avery. He was doing so good. He was doing
Oh,
so good. 20 something minutes,
granted, he
26
didn't have to
minutes.
say a whole lot, but I do want to have. I want to get him rolling. Like he was 5 for 5 on games this week.
No, yeah.
We got to get him rolling a bit. But yeah, North
Yeah.
Paulding.
Yeah, but Cherokee is the Steady Eddies continue to win big games. Really hitterish, not making any mistakes.
Got
Really feel,
Andre and Hudson Willback too. I think they both have bombs this
yeah,
series.
instantly provide an impact. You got teams like McEachern winning games. They're going to come into the week with 11 wins already in the region. Obviously, they got a big matchup with Hillgrove this week. I think we'll have to be out there for at least one of those games this week for sure.
Yeah, I like
Yeah, it's
Hillgrove. I just the arms that we saw at Dugout
yeah.
Club with Shane, Aiden Moore, Dylan. If he gets up there, I'm missing one.
Nadir Jackson, Tucker
Yeah,
Bowen,
Nadir.
they got tons of arms, man. Like it's a deep roster, and they got deep arms in the pen as well. I mean, Aguilar's a big arm for them in the pen, and then obviously Avery saw him go off at the plate. Fills a role in the infield for them. They got athletes, veteran bats that have hit in 6A for 3 years now. So they know what it takes to win. They're finally a veteran group after being young the last couple of years with just kind of a few seniors. Obviously, big shout out to Avery Wilson, a freshman, went yard this week, dead center for Kennesaw State. So
Yeah,
shout out to
we always
the
like that.
Hillgrove alum there. So that's cool to see. Those 25s, man, just continue to show so well in college baseball this year. So that's been
Stutzer
awesome.
bomb, big
Oh
Stutzer
yes,
bomb.
Stutzer bomb, and he's back. He's back. Only oh, better quality too.
He's on the phone now. He's on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hopped on the phone. At least
They
I got
ended
my
up
words out this time.
they
That's
ended up calling North Oconee a tie against Parkview. I guess it got rained out.
Yeah, I was looking. I was trying to like go through the stats and that. And everybody, it was only like reading like 3 or 4 innings, so I was like, it must have got rained
Yeah,
out.
Andre shoved for like 4 innings, and then they got in a rain delay, I guess. Um, what else? 6A. I mean, it's so hard to look at. I mean, Denmark's playing good baseball right now, um, but at the end of the day, it's going to come down to who makes the least amount of mistakes, who throws the most strikes in this classification because they're so talented, 1 through 10. And then you got guys like Lowndes, Brookwood, Harrison, kind of on the outside looking in right now. I'm sure Lowndes is going to make a run in region. Brookwood runs into somebody pretty good. North Gwinnett.
North
That's
Gwinnett,
right.
yeah.
Yep. So that'll be a big one there. Big turning point for them. They'll have Soto going, I'm sure, that can give fits to any lineup. Um, Duluth's another team we need to check in on. We need to check in on
Yeah, I've been trying to.
Santiago.
I was supposed to go. They were playing during Dugout Club. I was gonna go see them, and then I got my dates all mixed up for that, so I had to push that back. But
Yeah. All right, 5A. I mean, you got Pope, Hoco, Loganville at the top, and then I feel like after that, it's just kind of going to be a toss up for 4 through 10. I mean, you got Villarica playing some good ball. Roswell, Gainesville ended up coming back and winning that 3-game series when I saw Roswell opening night. Um,
they
Brunswick's
got a
playing
tough
really
series
good
this
right
week. I
now.
think this. I think Gainesville has a tough series this week. I forget who it was.
Uh, let's see. Glenn got the big Glenn versus Brunswick um, game coming up this week, I believe. We gotta get down there for that one. They got
Glenn,
Milton.
yeah, Glenn
Gainesville has
Brunswick
Milton
is
coming
definitely
up.
this week for sure. Oh, Gainesville, Milton this week.
Yep.
Milton
Man,
playing decent baseball as well.
kind of surprised about River Ridge. They got some guys hurt. Avery, have you heard anything about them over there?
I'm not, no.
I mean, they're 3-1 in region. They beat Sprayberry 2 out of 3. They beat Riverwood. Wonder why they played Riverwood like that randomly, one game in region. Because that's region, right?
Should be, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we need to go see them. I mean, they played some tough teams. They played Cherokee, one-run game, North Cobb Christian, BT, North Paulding. So they played good teams. I'm sure they'll get rolling. They got Pope next. Um, when's 13th? Is 13th Friday?
13th is Friday,
Yeah.
yes.
That might be an option. We just saw Pope, but maybe jump over there for a doubleheader on Friday for that one, maybe.
Yeah, I was looking at Friday's options as well. I'm not sure where I'm gonna go.
Um, but yeah, Thomas County Central's playing good. I mean, at this point, you just chalk up a win when Reed Gaines is pitching. It seems like so far this year.
26 Ks in his last 12 innings or something silly with 0 hits. It's been an unreal outing, couple outings for him as well. I think he went complete opening night, threw really well there. He's just the guy for them, really filling that role on the top of like you said. Whenever he's pitching, we got a few guys in the state that it might be a win every time they step on the mound, and he's definitely fits that bill going into this rest of the spring.
Loganville's got Buford this week. That'll be a fun one to see kind of where they stack up with those guys. 4A, I think we're going to have a new number one in 4A tomorrow. North Oconee's been playing some really good baseball. One of the more complete lineups we've seen in the state. I know we talked about that a little bit last week. Avery will be out at Locust Grove versus Jones County tomorrow, right, Avery?
Yes, sir.
So that'll be a fun
Kind of got a
game.
precursor to that because I saw all the Jones County kids on, what was that, Thursday at Mary Persons?
Yeah, is that
They're
that's
kind
a
of chomping at the
rivalry?
bit for that one.
Locust versus Jones a rivalry?
It it is. It's region, so I would imagine so. They're kind of fired up for that
A little
one.
chippy, might get a little chippy. Always like those.
Had some shippiness this week, man.
So yeah, that'll be a good one. Cambridge did drop 1-2. Who did I say? We were talking about that one. Second year got them, and they beat East. So that's a good win for them with East 2-0. Um, they got Kell coming up this week. Uh, Benedictine's rolling. Central, we'll be out to see those guys soon. Stars Mills having a good year. Harris County as well. Marist, they're hanging in there, but they're liable to go on a run here in region play. They're 2-0 already. They got Lithonia and North Springs coming up. Tucker, St. Pius. They got at North Gwinnett. So versus Buford as well. So they got some tough games down the stretch, but I kind of see them making a run in region. Ian? Have you heard anything on Richardson being back yet?
For
No, he's not
No.
back yet. No.
mm,
So that'll be big once they get them back. All right, jumping into 3A. Top four is going to be a dogfight. I think we're going to see one of those this week with Pickens and North Hall. I think that's probably going to be for the region there. Bluff did drop one to East and North Gwinnett this week, both one-run games. So East Forsyth playing some really good baseball with Grant Barden and the Gibson kid on the mound. It seems like they're kind of been lights out for the most part, but kind of have that Jefferson series circled for Cherokee Bluff coming up later this month. That'll be a big one for them. I would imagine that's going to be for the region. I would say anything else on 3A. Ian, you've seen Calhoun Seems like Mason Peak's doing pretty well, and then
Mason Peak, Rocco Baxter at the
Rocco.
top. They got some deep arms that can contribute there. Hudson Chadwick and Ryder Hood, who's also contributing big on the plate for them as well. They got some arms there that can contribute late. It's just how much they're going to be able to hit to keep up with some of these top tier teams in 3A as well.
Yeah, Avery, I know you talked about Whitewater a little bit. Lineup wise, what's that lineup looking like? I know they got the 2 wins over Mary Persons, which is good, but how you see them stacking up against, Sandy Creek, who we saw, or LaGrange?
I mean, I think they've got a lot of sophomores that are in the mix. I think it's like
Yeah.
4 or 5 in that lineup. So if they can kind of find their step into it, they'll be fine.
Yeah, and then they'll have Trey at the top for them. Who else they got on the mound? Do you know?
That
I
I'm
guess
not
you didn't
sure
see
of.
anybody else. Trey through the whole game, right?
Yeah, well, then the shortstop came in and closed it, struck out the side. So
Nice. Yeah, that'll be fun to watch shake out there. Exciting Pickens North Hall matchup on the week. Who's Troop got coming up? They got Fayette County, Mary Persons. Ooh, Troop in Harris County on March 31st. Avery, that's calling your name.
it's a good one.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, jumping into some 2A action. Honestly, outside of Morgan, Pearson, Stevens, I feel like this one's a bit wide open. We've seen Stevens really like that lineup, pretty put together. Pierce is definitely on the list to see pretty soon. That's quite the haul down there, but we're gonna try to get down there soon. Cook's playing some good baseball right now. Murray County, Tattnall County playing well. Rockmart struggling a bit, but
They've
you
had
feel-
such a brutal schedule to start
Oh
the
yeah,
year.
Calhoun, Cartersville, North Paulding, Stony Brook, Mount Perrin, Noonan. So
Yeah, it's been a tough run. They've had to replace a ton of pieces in that lineup. Obviously, still having Trey at the top, but both of the lineup and the rotation's huge. Nealon looks great. Gage Campbell looks awesome as well. But they're gonna have to string together some other pieces and really string together some wins in region to make that run. Obviously, they know what it takes to win and when it matters. Obviously, defending
Yeah.
state champions there, so they can make that run. Obviously, 2-8 looks rough now, but again, that schedule's been brutal. You're not playing any teams in your region, let alone in your classification. So they'll get hot when they need to, and they have the right pieces to really lead down the stretch. It's just going to take those new guys stepping in and contributing early.
yeah, that Sonorville matchup or that Sonorville series should be fun. I feel like you hit that one last year, maybe with Griffin.
Yeah, I believe so.
Um,
Maybe not. I don't think so because that's Sonora. I haven't been to Sonoraville
I
yet.
think they might have been wanting. I think they might have been wanting us
Yeah.
to come to that one. I think
Yes.
everyone was telling us that was going to be a good matchup. All right, 1A Division One. Gordon Lee still rolling. Vidalia. I mean, they got 10 wins on the year, 6 losses, but they're playing quality teams. They looked really good at GDC playing Kell, Bluff, and who was the last one?
Rodan.
Redan. So Blackwood County, we're gonna try to get out get out to see them here soon. I've heard some good things there. They can really swing it. 6-0 on the year. Did get a win over Cherokee early in the year, 12-10. So they got Washington County next. So that'll be a big test for them. I wonder if Big Ty's back for Washington County or not. Bremen, Pepperell got Bremen 2 out of 3, which was a big series win for Pepperell. Heard
Yeah.
County's playing some good baseball. Worth County's playing good ball as well. So, Avery, you checked in on the Banks County boys lately? I know they're having a good year.
I have not. Yeah, they're swinging it well. I'll have to go see them soon.
Yeah. So, 1A D2, Charlton gets the win over Lanier. Those are the kind of two like teeter-tottering at 1 and 2 in that classification. Baconton, we're gonna try to get out and see them soon, but kind of standard business there. But big private region. I'm tied to this classification. I'm glad we pulled out these teams to put them in their own rankings. I always forget that they did that last year, but this one's going to be fun to watch play out. You know, getting to see Mount Perrin, seeing North Cobb Christian, 4 or 5 times, and then you got Landmark, Fellowship, Providence Christian. We need to go see them soon. Or Avery, you haven't seen them yet, right?
We haven't seen them yet this year. No.
Yeah. So that's gonna be
Yeah,
a
it's
fun
gonna
one.
be that whole top 10 is gonna be fun.
Loaded.
Year. They all could win. They all could win 10 straight. You know, it just depends on when they play each other. You know, that's gonna be really impressive to watch. And
And the
Wesleyan, man,
series, which everybody makes playoffs, correct? In that classification.
I think so. Yes, or something
And
close to it.
it's one game after the other. They can't like
Yeah.
set up 3 game series. So I feel like, like Kings Ridge, for instance, their schedule coming up, it's like, all right, we got Weber, Walker, and Landmark this week. Like, how do you even match that up with a day off in between? Like, it's tough to do. And then the following week, you get Mount Vernon, Wesleyan, and Fellowship all in the same week. It's like, who do you go after? So I guess that's why everybody makes playoffs in that one. But it's definitely a gauntlet of a schedule for these guys. It's going to come down who's got the depth of the arms when you're playing 3 game series like that, or not 3 game series. When you're playing 3 games a week against region opponents is what I'm trying to say. Anything else classification wise? I know like I said, I think we're gonna do a little breakdown of these here shortly, probably in the next week or two, kind of halfway point. Maybe break down some contenders, some guys we might be sleeping on that can make a run. But further ado, it's all coming down to it. Definitely some big series coming up.
Quickly.
Cherokee Walton's going to be really big this week. I think that's, with the way North Paulding's playing, like 2-3-4 is going to be a dogfight, and I think that's going to be a big series. So, might peek in on that one Friday, maybe. We'll see. Outside of that, peak performers this week. Avery, who you got?
Trey Robbins at Whitewater.
Trey
He went
Robbins.
6 innings. Yeah, 6 innings, 1 hit, 12 Ks in a win.
Good one there. Mine was tough here for sure. I got my wrong notebook in front of me. I forgot how many. I think I'm going Branson Crawford. Struck out 12, I think. Hit the bomb early to put him up, but just good all-around outing for him. Tough one between Riley and Long. Really liked his day at the dish versus Landmark Christian, but gonna go Branson on this one. Just had a kind of a tone setter for region play for North Hall and those guys. So yeah, we're going Branson. Ian, who you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Brennan Neal, man. Kind of like I've been a guy we've been high on since before last summer. Obviously, a future gamer, kind of does it all. It's one of those like true two-way profiles. The speed has been something we've kind of talked about a ton. He came to preseason All State and just kind of lit it up and was like, I think he ran a 3.60 and was like kind of upset about it, which was silly, but. 111, 1-6 around the bases on a triple, followed up with another triple later in the second outing. Hopped on the mound for like his first extended innings of the year, went 60 pitches. Struck out 6, had double-digit whiffs, was snapping off a really good slider, kind of threw whenever he wanted, was 78, 82, was filling up the zone with it. Fastball held velo, was 90, 92 in the first, ramped it up to 93 and held it in the second and third. So that was awesome to see. Snapped off a couple changeups as well, but first time I've ever really seen him in an extended outing on the mound. Obviously, we saw him future games. It's only an inning, so you really don't get to see see what he's got. So seeing him get stronger on the mound, obviously it's loose. He's athletic, 6'3", 190 pounds. So a ton of projection there. They're facing a really tough team in Lakeside. One of their, I think, rivals, I believe. The game got extremely chippy at the end after Brookstone walked off. A lot of chaos there, which was exciting for me, but crazy to see at a high school game. But yeah. Really good to see him. It was a really good early season showing, and I think they have Lakeside again this week coming up. So it was a border battle they were playing in this past week that I didn't know until I got there. So my parents asked me if I was staying for the whole thing, and I had no clue what they were talking about. But yeah, I guess it gets pretty exciting over there with the Alabama and Georgia guys on the coast over in Columbus. So pretty cool one there.
Yeah, that's kind of our next area I think we got to get into. We're trying to get into the new Columbus Stadium this preseason and just didn't work out. So Talked to Columbus High School a little bit about getting in there. So need to get over there for sure. I always drove through Phoenix City on my way to Chipola. Good little town, but need to get in Columbus for sure. Get the Harris County boys over there. Columbus, I think, is playing some pretty good ball this year. North Side's over there, and quite a few others. Saint Anne Pacelli is over there as well. So, yeah, outside of that, I know we teased them a bit, but Avery, outside of Locust Grove, Jones County, any big matchups locked in for you yet? I know you kind of take it one day at a time.
Yeah, I'm kind of just wake up that morning and see how I'm feeling. But I don't know. Wednesday, I might go to Hateville, check them out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Speed
Get it?
demons.
Oh,
And
that's,
then
that's what I was
yeah,
gonna
and then
talk
rest.
about. Any any big fantasy numbers checked in lately? Y'all,
Oh, I
really-
haven't looked. So yeah, next week we'll have like a month and a half check in. So yeah, I'll get on that this week.
Gentry
No,
had a good start for me, right, in his first.
yeah,
outing?
Gentry had a good start. Chubb's been really good for me, so that's been awesome to see. Obviously, AJ continues to shove at 1-1 for Avery there. I think every outing is 5 and 13 Ks or something. So
Yeah.
yeah, you know you're getting there. He was right on that first overall pick there, and he's hitting too, but stuck him in the pitcher role. So we'll take those free hits for no points. But
Yeah.
no, the fantasy thing's been cool. Been loving that part.
For sure. Yeah, for me this week, bit of a toss-up. I don't know. Tomorrow, I looked at Rome, South Paulding maybe. That's a region opener. Rome's playing some good baseball. I think Carson, Dominic is throwing. We haven't seen him yet. So maybe that for me. I think I'm going to go Loganville, Buford. We haven't get to see Buford yet this year. Check in on Tripp, Sapp, and a couple of those guys at Loganville. And then probably hit a doubleheader on Friday somewhere, whether that be River Ridge, Walton, Cherokee. I don't know. We'll see. Ian, I know you're making the trek south on what day? Tuesday, Wednesday?
I think it's Thursday.
Thursday?
Tomorrow's up in the air. What do I have a couple other ones
Yeah,
on the
Hillgrove
schedule.
McEachern on the schedule. You talked about that one, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna get out there. Hillgrove and Keystone, one of that series. I'm not sure which day yet. What else? Do I
Wonder how they'll wonder how Autry will match that one up.
I know that should be Central and Newton. I have a fun one on Wednesday there. I think that's gonna be a good one down there in Carrollton. So I haven't seen those boys. 11-2. Ton underclassmen there that continue to play well for those. For that
Yeah,
squad.
keep seeing Grant and Asher playing some good ball for them, so that one will be good. We'll definitely catch them the following week too with Harris County. That was kind of Avery's. Hey guys, Harris County's pretty good at baseball week, right? That was your first. Was that your first
Yeah.
time seeing them against
That
Central?
was my first look at.
Is
Yeah,
is,
yeah. I mean, it's not chippy, but it is. It's like they both play kind of the same way, just get after it.
yeah.
Bunch of young bucks.
Is Caden back healthy yet on the mound or no?
I do, but I can check.
You cut out for a minute. Yeah, good series there. We'll try to check in on that next week. Anything else, guys? We're rolling. Good little episode. Flowed well. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let us know, like I said, what else you want to hear, what else you want to see. Remember, everything lives in the GHSA tab on prepbaseballreport.com/Georgia. So can check in on everything there. You got Georgia Scout blog. So really we're dropping that Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Obviously starts out slow, and then like today we dropped it with 36 players in there for that one. So all that's in there. Weeks 1 through 4 plus Dugout Club Scout blogs in there. You got your Power 25 that will roll out Tuesday. You got classification polls will roll out tomorrow. You got Peach Performers and then Heat Sheet. And remember, we'll update Heat Sheet every 2 weeks, so we will have a Heat Sheet coming out this week. We will get those updated. Shout out Joseph Contreras leading the way on that one still at 98. Don't think we have anyone else touching that this year, but we will be adding guys 88 plus in that one every 2 weeks. But yeah, let us know anything else you want to see. We're going to try to get some more team-centric stuff talk about some more teams, give some breakdowns. Try not to give away too many secrets with region play coming up. But we got the scouting reports, and we'll try not to convey too much information there. But I think that will be fun. Think you guys would like that. Just let us know if there's anything else you might want to see, and we'll see what we can do. Outside of that, thank you guys for tuning in. Remember, all of our episodes are on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe there. I think we're almost to 200 subscribers, so let's get to 200 and keep this thing rolling. And we'll see you guys out at the fields this week. Thanks for listening.